Yo, welcome back to the Divij Den podcast, man. We got a big fucking episode. I know I say that every time, but it really is a big episode.
It is a big episode.
Before we introduce the amazing guests here, we do have a massive audience. We got like 30 people in the crowd. It's gonna be wild in here. And by 30 people, I mean we have my dog who's gonna be barking nonstop. But it's my dog and I love her, so I don't give a fuck. This podcast is sponsored by Lucy.co, the best nicotine on the planet. Use code DEN, D-E-N, for 20% off your order. We don't have the products because I'm always unprepared, but it's all good. Co-host Christian Yee. What's up, my boy?
I'm tired.
You tired today?
The heat makes me sleepy.
Yeah, we were in Arizona. We were looking at properties and shit, and it was 120 degrees?
Yeah.
Yeah, the dog's going crazy.
Yeah, she's going to pull my headphones off.
So you're good? You're solid?
Solid.
Fire. You want to introduce our guest today? I'm going to let you do the honors, bro. I usually do it, but you should do it. All
right. We got musician. How do you even
Yo,
say it?
Musician. That's the best intro ever.
No. 6 a.m. in the building. Wait,
okay,
where's your headphones?
Hold on. I'm
going
to redo the intro.
Yeah, you redo
and we're
the
keeping
intro.
this in the podcast.
I know, but like.
Oh, you got your headphones?
You need headphones.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, you can't. You're not gonna be able to hear.
Well, I guess you can still hear us regardless,
Yeah.
bro, because we're talking.
Oh, okay.
I'm straight.
All right, real intro here, and this is episode 53, so we should really be nailing this by now. But we're fuck ups. It's all good. We got incredible rapper, artist, entrepreneur, boxer. I would say potentially a boxer.
Come on, man. Don't start saying that. You're going to hurt everybody trying to fight me. I don't want to fight nobody.
You got the hands, though, bro. I have full confidence. I've seen you in person.
Right, bro. I don't want no smoke with nobody, man. I'm out the way, man.
Man, if you guys don't recognize the voice, man, we got 6 a.m. in the fucking building. Welcome to the
Let's
podcast. Man, so how long you been boxing, though? Because I've been seeing...
Since I was like 4, since I first punched somebody in the in the lips at school. Nah, I've been boxing like almost every day for like a year and a half now.
Wow.
Yeah,
and
almost every day.
Is it therapy or is it your way of like getting out the streets?
It is. It is actually. Okay. It's kind of like a way for me to like take my energy out in like a constructive way. Like to deal with stress. Obviously not too well. I got this temporary alopecia.
Oh shit!
The Jada Pinkett shit going on out here. Don't slap me. Don't slap me.
Clip that.
But it's like a way to kind of like deal with stress and also like stay in shape too. That's like really the main thing. That's why I started doing that. Anything I was starting to get hella sloppy. Like if you look at pics from a year ago,
really,
you would know.
You lost a lot of weight. What?
Hell yeah!
Damn.
I had to. I didn't have a choice, bro. I had no choice.
That's crazy. So, for those people, the people that don't know who 6 a.m. is, it's hard for me to put you in this box because I feel like you do so much like cool shit, right? Like you're formerly OSBS, right? Am I saying that right?
Well, I am still.
You
OSBS.
Still are.
Like we still have a rap group. Me and my homie Bafizi.
Yeah.
We've been doing this shit for like 3-4 years now, and we put out like a couple mixtapes, and then the pandemic hit. Yeah. And I had a kid. He was doing a whole bunch of shit, and we both just decided to do a solo career too.
Sure.
Because like we only had songs with each other. We didn't really have a chance to like him to express his artistic identity, and then for me to also like kind of have my own lane.
How did that come about? Like, were you guys just like homies first, and then
that came about through like me and Feezy and Little U, which is Big U son. We have all been super close for a long time. They're cousins. I'm like the honorary like third cousin. You know what I'm saying? We all been hella close for a long time, and it was kind of like Little U had been telling us for a long time, like, bro, you need to do this. You need to do this together, because I was kind of doing my own thing. He was doing his own thing. And then there was one night we were like in the studio with Big U in the game, and we just like recorded a song, and it was me and him, and then Big U was like, nah, bro, y'all a group. Like, this is what we gonna do. We just gonna go and run after that. Because before us, his last artist was Nipsey Hussle. Wow. And before him, it was Corrupt. So then it's us. So I'm like, I got this huge weight on my shoulders because I had just went from like a 4-year like prison term to just that.
Oh,
like
wow.
instantly, I was out like a couple months, and then all of a sudden it was just like
Right to
in the
work.
studio every day, like artist development type shit.
That's
which
crazy.
is what I feel like. A lot of artists now don't have no like OGs or older homies to really like show them the ropes and tell them like this is how shit works and really give them tough love. Like, man, y'all finna be out there on the road for 4 or 5 months, like hitting every radio, on tour, everything. You know what I mean? Like, it's a whole different thing when you actually get like the artist development side to everything. So I had that from like Big U, and then after that, I kind of got like the real like artistic element of the artist development side from like Wiz and Chevy. Like that was really my main artistic element that brought out this like new side to my stuff.
Interesting. So can we? I want to kind of backstep. And you mentioned I don't know how much we can get into this, right? But it'd be nice to kind of hear about kind of like prior to the music stuff, right? Because you've had a lot of success. Like, what was that? Can you talk about the prison sentence, or is that something you don't? want to touch on?
We can talk about that a little bit. It's not something that's not like a public record already. You know what I mean? I got arrested when I was 20 for armed robbery and attempted murder. It was really just like a bullshit ass weed deal went bad. Dude hit me after like I'm a call the cops on you. I'm like, bro, what the fuck? Yeah. Like, you ain't finna call the police on me, bro. Like, what you talking about? Hung up the phone. And next thing I know, it's like undercovers everybody outside my house. I'm in denial. My cousin like, hey, bro, I think they outside. I'm like, nah, we good. Let's just go up the street. Like, don't worry about it, bro. They fucking boom, 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 like blocked us in from all angles. And next thing I know, like, I had no idea I was going down for that. I think I was going down for like some weed charge type shit. You know what I mean? And this dude ended up like fabricating a whole like crazy ass lie and telling some crazy ass story. So I'm thinking, like, as soon as I went to jail, this isn't my first run-in with the law. So I'm like, oh, bro, my bill's probably gonna be like $20,000, $30,000. I'll be out for $2,000 in the next hour. Yeah. I'm thinking I'm in for some shit like that. When I heard I was in there for attempted murder, like my heart dropped through my ass. Like, you feel me? Like, I was like, what the fuck? Like, I ain't never hurt nobody. I ain't do anything wrong to anybody. And all of a sudden I'm being like put in this like position where I'm like fighting for my life against the word of somebody else. Cause obviously I'm not gonna make no type of but statement, whether it's in defense of myself or not. That's just not how I roll and not how I was taught. You know what I'm saying? So for sure. I immediately was like, yeah, I need to talk to my lawyer instantly. That was the first thing I said, because I knew, like, I was terrified, but I knew, I'm like, bro, I'm gonna have to, like, that's the only thing that I can say, you know? And that's what saved me. At the end of the day, like, my lawyer, like, fought through all of his lies in court. I didn't have to speak for myself at all. My lawyer fought through all that shit. Yeah. And I was facing 120 years. Shit. And I ended up walking away with 4 years with 85% for just a armed robbery. Over, he said I took his weed. Can you believe that shit?
That's crazy. Wow. So you did the sentence. You
actually yeah. What other choice you got? Right. What the fuck I'm gonna do?
No, for sure.
What I'm gonna do, bro?
Well, we were talking about this yesterday.
I'm sorry.
Puppy, shut the fuck up. We were talking about this yesterday.
She good.
And I was asking him, we were on the way back from Arizona, I was asking him about prison, like, what's it like in jail? Like, do they actually get a phone? Like, because I saw Young Thug post.
Oh, hell yeah, bro. Come on, bro.
Money buy you
I can tell you all about that shit,
Yeah,
bro.
I'd love to hear that. We don't have to spend too much time, but I'd love to hear that.
Real quick, it's easy to get a phone in prison. Like, bro, you can have anything you want on the street. You just got to pay, like, way more for it. You know what I'm saying?
But who do you pay? Are you paying the warden? Do you pay the security?
Bro, come on, bro. I can't give up the game on here, but
Divij,
just know there's many different ways to get a phone in prison.
Got you.
Bro, there was people that had small phones like this, and I'm not gonna tell you how they got them in there, but just know they got them little motherfuckers in there.
I really want to know. You can tell me off camera. I really want to know.
Like, I will tell you off camera. I will tell you. I will
yeah.
tell you. Man.
So
That's
on
not something we
transitioning back to, were you doing music during this time where you were?
I actually had just, the crazy part is this. I had just started doing music right before I went to jail. I wasn't taking it seriously or nothing, but I ended up shooting a music video. Now, I met this director named Danny Manhattan through Fredo Santana. This is like before I went to jail. So I started using him like, oh, I'm trying to have my shit look like yours. So you know what I'm saying? So I ended up using this dude, and I shot my video. I got arrested like a week after. Oh, so he still had all the footage and all this shit. But I was showing some crazy shit in the video, but it wasn't real, you know what I mean? But it looked like super real. Oh, wow. So he took all the pics, behind the scene pics, like all the shit from the video, and he sold the whole thing to Vice as a story. And there's a crazy ass 4-page article on me from Vice. I had to like have my lawyer almost sue Vice to get that shit taken down. Yeah. Vice was also supposed to make it up to me once I came home and write like a true story about me to clarify for that. They still haven't, so I'm waiting on that.
What did they say in the Vice article? Like, let's get into it. I'm curious. Dude.
It's not on the internet anymore, but I have a copy of it that I'll send to you guys. You guys can put it on the screen in the edit or whatever.
Are they making me out to be some crazy?
It looks like a Scarface type article, bro. Like, look, the title of the article was Danny Manhattan photographs West Los Angeles crack merchants. I have never, bro. I've never sold crack in my life, bro. Like, in my life, I've never sold crack in my life. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, in any shape, way, or form. Like, none whatsoever. Like, it's crazy, bro. It's some crazy ass shit. But basically, he took this music video that was like an extreme, like, realism music video, took all the pics from it and sold it to Vice, and made up some crazy story about me being like a trap lord and a robber and like fucking like some like Robin Hood type motherfucker.
So are you cool still with Fredo? I mean, he's dead, but
no, of course. Like I was always cool with him. Like that's no nothing whatsoever. He don't got anything to do with what this other dude did. And then the other dude, when he found out I got 4 years only and not life, I guess he moved to Japan, like Tokyo. I don't know why, because I'm not even that type of dude, bro. Like, as you can see, I got the Buddha on my neck, bro. Right. Like, I don't want no smoke with nobody. Like, you know what I'm saying? So if he ever come back, we can have a sit down and work it out. I don't want nothing, but I do want some money, bro, because you have, you know what I'm saying? You playing with my brand, bro. Like, that's not me, you know?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, for sure.
So I kind of want to backtrack even a little bit more, though. Like, how did you get into music originally? Like, where did that foundation build? Like, were your parents doing music?
My dad owned a club in Redondo Beach called The Strand. Like, so when I was a kid, So when I was a kid, I had met like Ray Charles, B.B. King, Bradley Noel from Sublime, like the lead singer of Sublime. Like, my dad tells me all the time, like when I was a kid, like, you met him, like, and you didn't take pictures, like, yeah, they around here somewhere. But he's like one of those type, like, he don't give a fuck, you know what I mean? But that's just, I think that kind of like shaped my mind, like, especially like it being in a club when you're like 4 years old, like 5, like sitting at the bar and watching like Tina Marie perform, like that kind of like sparks something in you, you know what I mean?
Yeah, damn.
Yeah.
That's crazy. My bad. I'm looking at my dog. She got something in her mouth. I'm trying to make
she took the cap. She
she found my edibles, bro. She's in trouble, bro.
Nah, the first time we got it, like the 2 days after I got her, she choked on my earring, and we had to take her to fucking ER.
No,
so I got this like trauma. So anytime she has anything in her mouth, I'm like, oh shit.
I feel you.
She ain't dumb.
Yeah, it's my child. But not okay. Cool. So your dad had a club, so you probably had early exposure into like the music game. And then, so you get into OSBS, and then you branch out. And how did you get the name 6 a.m.? I think that's a good.
Actually, Wiz gave me that name.
Oh, he did. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
What's that relationship like? How did that relationship come about? It's definitely something I wanted to know.
I met him through Big U. So
Gotcha.
he brought me around Wiz before, and we like chill, but we didn't really speak much because we didn't know each other. You know what I mean? And then I think we dropped our album like a month later, and then I think we went to the club with him maybe like once or twice before he kind of got to like feel our vibe out, like me and Feezy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then like we like dropped the album, which was No Cap, like probably like a month after we started hanging out with him.
Yeah.
And then like he like one day I looked at my phone and said like notification from Wiz Khalifa on Instagram. I looked and he had like tagged us in the post like going crazy to our song. And I was
so
like,
he really fucked with the
I was like,
music.
what the fuck, you know what I mean? And like
Yeah, that's crazy.
after that, like he just like started fucking with us, like started inviting us around more, you know what I mean? Like to the studio to work, and then all of a sudden like he had a tour booked that summer, and we just got a call like, hey, you guys about to go on tour with Wiz.
Wow.
And I was like, what the fuck, like, bro, I didn't have time to even like pack my shit even like that, you know what I mean? It was just like kind of like that type of thing. It was just instant.
Wow. So he really just like rocked with the music, and then
Yeah,
you brought
and like Big U too. Like he's my business partner, and it's like invaluable having somebody like that lets you do whatever the hell you want. Like he don't try to influence your decisions or nothing. Like I just call him anytime I need anything. Like, hey, Unc, I need to holler at you about this or that, and he just like finds a way to get whatever like done for me. And that's like having the team. You know what I mean? Like having that like team around you that really like pushes you to that next level. Because as I said, we went through years of artist development, me and Feezy, to the point where like we've had this plan for a long time, what we're gonna do, you know what I mean? And we've always wanted to each do our solo thing and have like OSB at the same time. You know what I mean?
Got you. Is it hard to balance that balance of like you wanting to be an independent artist and grow the 6 a.m. brand and all this stuff you have going on, but then also like be a part of this group and having to like pay attention
I don't feel like it's hard for us to balance just because we have no like ego with each other. I want him to do good just as well as he wants me to do it. There's no competition between us. Like me and him talk on the phone every day. Like, bro, you can ask my girl. Like, bro, if I'm on the phone for longer than 20 minutes or half an hour, it's only one person. Like, it's Feezy. You know what I mean? That's my boy. Like I help him with my plugs. He helps me with his. Like everything's like an open like copacetic relationship between us. And everything that we do as an independent artist still helps OSB. So it's like a complete understanding between us both. You know what I mean? Yeah,
that's
we,
cool.
We don't have that issue just because we're the homies. Like we done been through a lot together. Me and him done been back to back in a lot of fights. You know what I mean? Like I know he got my back and he know I got his. Like he know I ain't gonna run him and like run off and leave him nowhere. And he also know I ain't gonna like do any of that. You know what I mean? Like me and him just got a cool ass relationship.
like a bond. It's like a bond in business, but also
exactly, bro. It's like
it's important.
It's like a brotherhood, but it's like what's good for me is good for him, and what's good for him is good for us. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's just how it works, bro.
Yeah, it's important, man. Like finding those mutually beneficial relationships, I think, is like the
Key
biggest. Like even with
success,
Christian,
really.
It's like we elevate with the podcast together. Like we do.
I realized that, bro.
Yeah,
I see you guys do a lot together. You guys always have each other's back. Like, bro, I fuck with that heavy, bro.
Yeah, it's
I like the
important.
vibe.
Cool, yeah. It's important. I think.
You see what I'm
chose
saying,
me,
bro?
bro. He chose me, bro. You're the puppy, dog. She chose me.
I want to ask you a question, man. What's up with the trading cards, man?
Oh, bro, you don't get me started on this.
On that shit. Like,
bro, if we go on my eBay right now, I probably spend like 50K
Dude, I know
in the past
every day I watch your
year on
stories.
trading
It's
What do
cards.
you buy? Is it Pokemon? Is it?
I buy all that, but like, all right. So let's
go. I gotta know. I know that's,
bro. I've been waiting for this. You just opened
big part.
You just opened a can of worms right now. So like, the first thing I want to tell everybody is this: I love NFTs. I respect them. I see the future in them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I see what that is. me personally, I like something tangible that I can hold in my hands, and
That's me too.
it's more like realistic to me. Like,
Yeah,
I know
yeah.
I can take this and go to the shop right now, and I can get cold hard cash for it, and I might not even gotta report that shit. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? Like, I just feel like not just that, but like it's like the gambling aspect too for it in a way. Like if I'm opening $1,000 a box of cards,
Yeah.
with the chance that I can pull a $20,000 card, and then if I can get that card graded and it comes back a perfect PSA 10,
Yeah.
it could be an $80,000 card. It's just
That's
like
crazy.
it's
That's
like
crazy.
Yeah, that is crazy.
trading cards is like this. Think of the NBA, the NFL as like the stock market.
Sure.
Who would you invest in? Patrick Mahomes,
Yeah.
Tom Brady,
Yeah.
LeBron James, Steph Curry. That's like Apple, McDonald's, and then you
Yeah.
can also make a bet on the outside people. Like, and maybe you feel like Justin Herbert is going to be the best quarterback in the NFL in 2 years. You can buy an amazing $10,000 one-on-one Justin Herbert card
Yeah.
now, and if he ends up being the NFL MVP for 2 years in a row, you can sell that card for $100K. You know what I mean?
That's crazy.
But you can also get a Ben Simmons, and his cards could be 2,000 right now.
Yeah.
And you might get Ben Simmons, and he might not play for 2 years, and now your card is worth 400 or
Yeah.
250. Like, there's also a risk involved in it. So like I tell everybody before they get into cards, do like 1,000 hours of like
The
research.
research,
Like do the
yes.
research, bro. Like do the research for a couple months, like 6 months before you even like buy your first card. Go online and watch hours of video about if you want to buy older cards, like of more established players like Michael Jordan, Larry Bird, you know what I mean?
OGs,
Like
yeah.
all that old shit, because all that old shit might not rise quick like all this other shit does, but it rises over time. Like it's going to go up no matter what.
You got any,
Kobe, like, you know what I'm saying? All that stuff goes up no matter what.
Yeah.
Right now, you could get Lamar Jackson. That's my favorite player. But he's very risky because he's so young. Like anything could happen. You know what I mean? He could get hurt.
Yeah.
Anything could happen. You know. So like, there's more money to be made in like the stock market type aspect of it, but it's like a safe bet just
So-
to buy a Larry Bird card
That's so
and hold it
interesting.
for another 10, 15
I
years.
want to
Maybe
ask you a
worth more
little
no
bit
matter
about
what.
your strategy.
Yeah.
Like, are you like a day trader? Let's say you're flipping this shit quick, or are you like holding
Well,
on
when I'm
to?
bored, yeah, and it's like during the season, and let's say I just bought like a Davis Mills card. You don't know who that is, right?
Nah.
Of course. Okay, so that's what I'm saying. And he has like a crazy game where he throws for like 6 touchdowns. That $200 card I bought could be worth $2,000 the next day. And I might not have that much faith in this dude that he's going to continue to do that. So when the value is high, yes, you sell it. It is kind of like
Yeah.
day trading, but for idiots like me, you know? It's way easier. I don't have to pay attention to boring ass
Graphs
stocks. I can
and
literally
this and
watch
that.
the game.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
be like, oh, I don't like the way he playing. Like, he's soft. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Like, I've seen a couple players play where I've been like, oh, hell no, I'm going to sell his cards right now.
So I
Yeah,
mean,
'cause he's
you're
soft,
betting
you know?
on cards. You don't go to Vegas and bet on like.
We're not gonna talk about that, but I've lost a lot of money in
Yeah.
Las
Oh,
Vegas this
shit.
year. And all that type. I'm trying not to do that anymore. I'm trying
Gotcha.
to just do
What
the
are you
cards
playing?
'cause
What's your
it's
game? Is
easy.
it craps? Is it roulette? Or like what's your go-to?
Guess.
I'm gonna say craps, bro. You throw.
I'm gonna say
dice.
blackjack.
Really?
Let's go. I just
You
got
just,
a good
you
read on
sit
people.
there, huh? You sit at the table for like a long
Nah,
time.
you
Bro, listen. I'm gonna tell you something.
Hey.
I knew I had a problem where. Okay, I didn't know that they had casinos in Lake Tahoe, like Las
Yeah.
Vegas, right? So I'm up there for a wedding with my girl, and all of a sudden I see all these casinos, and her family's like, yeah, they got casinos here and stuff. I'm like, oh, all right, for sure. So I lost. I'm not an undisclosed amount. The
But a
the
good
first night,
chunk.
but a good chunk where I was like, okay, like I'm done. You know what I mean? Like I'm good. And then the next day I go to like drop her off at like at some like rehearsal thing, and the casino's across the street.
Oh,
And somehow I ended up in there,
back.
and I lost
hell no.
double the amount I lost the first night at 10 o'clock in the morning. And I was like, all right, I'm done. You know what I mean? Like,
wait, this is during the wedding?
yes.
Oh,
No, this is
God,
the-
I'll fuck your head up.
During the rehearsal. So,
Oh, my God.
so I'm just like, I don't know. Like, after that, I kind of realized it's more safe just to do it the way I do. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because, like, I'd rather get some LaMelo Ball,
Yeah.
Luka Doncic
Facts.
cards. You know what I mean? So even if they, like, lose a couple games or start to drop in value, I don't lose all of it. And I can still go trade it in and
Yeah.
try to get, like, most of my money back or something. Like, it's not a complete loss, you know?
Yeah, so you
A
find,
safer way to gamble.
Yeah, you find your formula of like
A
what
safer
works.
way to gamble, yeah.
Have you tried Pokemon?
Yes, we just got into that the other day. I was into it as a kid. I play Pokemon Go all the time with my kid.
Oh wow.
I just started playing the card game again the other night. Just like learned how to play it like all over again.
Yeah.
And I just bought my first PSA 10 Charizard holo card too.
What?
And I bought one of those. So now it's like at a
PSA.
Where do you get one though? Because I feel like
eBay,
But how do you
eBay or
trust
like
it?
a card. Oh,
'Cause
look,
I know Logan. I was talking to Logan. He was saying that he got Logan Paul. He got scammed out of like a massive.
well,
box
that's
and
because
shit,
that
like-
was a box that was like unopened. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it was supposed to be like a whole case of these like rare ass first edition
right.
Pokemon cards, right? So you don't know what you're buying when you buy a box. I'm not really into that. Like I'll go find
Gotcha.
the specific card I want to buy and buy that one card that
Got it.
somebody else already opened up and pulled because I don't want to take the chance on spending $1,000 on a box and getting $50 worth of cards out that box,
Right.
which I've done a lot of
Yeah,
times,
yeah, I bet.
and it leaves a bad taste in your mouth when you're, you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
Like I'd rather just
Straight gambling, dude.
It's
Just
literally
it's
a
sick,
different-
bro.
different-
It's sick, bro. It's
yeah,
sick.
see,
It's
I
sick.
could see how it would be like
It's
people
sick.
get caught up in that. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
But now let's take it back to music, bro, because that's really what I want to kind of dive into. Is like,
Yeah.
you know, you've done songs with a lot of people, man. Like, how important has like the songs with Gunna and with like some of these other folks been to your career? And like, I'm curious.
I feel like when I was in that headspace, when I made those songs,
Yeah.
I feel like it's important for me to have that to reflect on at this point I'm at. You know what I mean? And I feel like those songs were also important to make other people in the industry take you a little bit more,
Yeah.
more seriously. You know what I mean?
For
'Cause,
sure.
Like, when you're first coming out doing music, like, bro, that shit is so hard. You're gonna hear like the word no. Like, you better get used
Countless
to that fucking
times.
word. That's
Yeah,
your
yeah.
fucking
For sure.
that. Even me, I hate to say it, but I'm like super selective over who I give features to because
Yeah.
it's
it's your brand. You
it's,
gotta
it's my
protect
brand.
it.
I'm not
Yeah.
trying to have out 2,000 songs with everybody because it also like drives your worth down as well. You know what I mean?
For sure.
And like you have to be super selective with who you give features to, and I'm always gonna be appreciative of Lil Baby, Gunna, 2 Chainz. Who else we get features from when I first? But Corrupt, even for just like giving us the opportunity and making sure that got clear, because I know how hard it is to say yes.
Yeah.
A lot of the time, like it just like even when you want to, you can't sometimes. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Just because it doesn't work. So just the fact like that we got all those cleared and to have them out,
Yeah.
like that was all Big U and Doe and just like behind
Yeah.
the scenes shit, like having a whole team. But I don't know. It's just like it's good to have a lot of features, but you also want your music to be able to stand on its own and still have
Yeah.
value and lasting impact. Like without that, you know what I mean?
For sure. For sure. Because I feel like there's a lot of artists who, you know, I have a couple friends who are big artists and they drop bags on features. Like they'll pay like
Oh yeah,
100K for Bryson Tiller, this and this, but
I
their
never-
music still isn't.
yeah. I feel like when you're in getting into that, like paying 100K for a feature and all that, that's when you have to have the rest of your plan. Like you can't just pay 100K for the feature and think that's gonna work. A lot of people just pay 100K for a fucking just like you said, Bryson Tiller, whoever.
Yeah.
They pay $100K for that feature and expect like this feature is going to take me that next level. No, it's not. You have to take you that the next level. That feature is an interesting selling point for your career. Like, yeah, you know what I mean? Like, I got to feature this and that, but it doesn't really do much for you in terms of like the actual work. You still got to go out there. You got to talk to all the DJs. You got to find ways to get your shit playlisted.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, just because you have a song out with fucking Bryson Tiller, that shit might get 5,000 plays. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like, you really got to have like that solid like grassroots, organic, but following to be able to drop something and it just starts to stream like automatically. Like, there's so many steps you got to do for any song just to get any sort of buzz, traction, streams going, anything at all.
Yeah,
it's like you got to go like above and beyond for that shit. And I've seen a lot of people just spend money on features without having a marketing plan for it or without having the fan base to even like justify spending that much on a feature already, you know?
Got you. And I think you were saying I think you're about to say you've never spent $1 on a feature,
No.
right? That's crazy.
I've never spent
Yeah.
$1 on a feature, and since I've done my solo career, like I've refused to do any Instagram promo, like paying for it, paying for the Instagram boost, any of that. Like, I don't want none of that. I just want my shit to be on word of mouth and off the
quality of the music.
off the quality of the music.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I feel like when you do things like that, it is so much easier because of the energy that's already attached to it. Like it everything already has a head start. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I feel like it's 10 times harder to do it that way, but it's 100 times more rewarding. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So you're playing the long game and the quality game instead of.
Yeah. I'm not really like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I could easily have people, you know what I'm saying, do the whole, you know, pay $1,000 behind this Instagram post and put another $1,000 behind this one, but
Yeah.
I just prefer just to do it this way, so I see what my actual like numbers are, where I'm actually at, and not some like
Right.
inflated idea of where I'm at in my head. Like, I know where I'm really at, and all my fans are 100% real. There's no streaming like services behind my shit. There's not any of that. You
It's
know?
just
And
organic,
just wanna-
actual numbers. Yeah.
That's how I'm trying to keep it right now.
Yo, I want to know, like, where are all the tracks that are on your Instagram, man? I can't
Oh,
find,
man.
dude. Those are the fire ones.
Yo,
That's
I
by design.
Wait, I gotta say this. So I heard about you because Mariah, obviously. Or actually, I think I might have met you prior to.
Dude, it was
Mariah.
prior.
Was it prior?
Yeah, because I remember. Yeah. it was
Okay.
prior,
Yeah. So I heard Mariah, and then I was like, okay, bet, like, massive record, obviously. And I want to talk about Mariah because we love that song.
Hell yeah.
But after, you had a snippet for Right Now, which you put out.
Yeah.
And if you guys haven't listened to the song, definitely check it out. And the amount of times, bro, I shared it, like, I probably played it 200 times and
Hell
just
yeah.
rewatched it. And I was like, what is this record, right? And so you've done a great job of building that hype with these Instagram videos that he's talking about. So
Yeah.
so you said it's by design, so it's strategic.
Yeah,
Right.
I kind of like what I do is like a feeler kind of, you know, like I'll put a song on my Instagram and not to say I don't have direct confidence in everything that I put out. I still like to get like a gauge on the response from like my fans or anybody that listens to my music, you know. So I might put something out, and if I see a whole bunch of
This dog is
God
out
damn
of
it.
fucking control, bro.
No, it's water, but
water.
she knocked that shit over.
For the listeners, our dog is going fucking crazy. She had a bunch of pre-workout prior to this, but you know, we're gonna push through. It's all good.
It's all good. Yeah, but so back to it. We will in the future possibly get to hear the full length for those tracks.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Like,
Okay.
everything that I post on my Instagram like comes out at some point.
Gotcha.
Whether it's in 2 months or 4 months or a year, like it all ends up coming out.
It's
you know?
cool that it's strategic because you know I do hear those and then I am trying to go look for the full
Exactly,
track.
and,
Yeah, so it is.
and that kind of helps because, bro, I got people in my DM almost like every day, like, hey, asshole, put out that motherfucking electric record. I keep playing this shit every day. I'm tired of it. Like, I got people like bribing me, like, I'll send you $1,000 right now for the MP3. Like, that's what I want though. And that kind of lets me know like what sounds people feel the most inclined to, what people want to hear, like what they need at the time, you know?
Do you have like a posting like cadence that you're trying to hit? Like, one track like a month or whatever?
I try to put out either one song a month or one song every other month. Like,
Gotcha.
Kind of depending on the song, if it's like a big single or like kind of like a album song, just for the vibe. It all depends, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you? I was gonna ask you this because as a musician myself, like I'm trying to find that formula of like what's the cadence, right? Like, is it once a week, like Russ did for 2 years? Like, do you think that's a model or a practice that still
Once a
works?
week is cool, but for me, I feel like I like to put a little bit more into each and every song because it's like a chapter for me. I don't feel like you
Yeah.
like go through enough in life to put out a song a week. You know what I mean? And I
Gotcha.
also don't want to like dilute my music. I don't want to have out no 200 songs. Like, if you
Right.
listen to me, I want you to go. I want my shit to be like The Weeknd was at first. You know, like the
Yeah.
whole like the trilogy. Like, if you listen to each of those as like its own body of work, like they all stand alone, and they weren't every
Yeah.
week. It was here's one for this year. Here's one 8 months later. Here's one
crazy.
like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't really feel like you go through enough as a person or as an artist to tell that much of a story every week. Like, it's not
Yeah.
I'm not like I feel like my music isn't like a podcast. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like, it's
that's
more
a
like
great point.
like a movie series. Like, this is the first movie, Zombieland. I'm taking you guys through the whole thing. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
it's kind of like.
What's up with that? Like the branding, the zombie. Like you kind of look like a zombie.
Yeah, I appreciate
In
it.
the best way possible.
It's kind of like a metaphor for like living in Los Angeles my whole life. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Interesting.
It's like a zombie land. You know what I mean? If you
Yeah,
really look
yeah.
at it, and sometimes
Facts.
sometimes you're out here at night walking around at 2 a.m, you would think it was a motherfucking zombie land if you're in the right spot. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Sure. Holy
Like,
shit.
and not just that, like, not just that part of it, but it's the way people on their phones all day just walking. If you can walk down the street, dude, and everyone's looking like this on their phone,
It's
or
crazy.
even in their car, everyone's looking like this as they drive. Like,
Yeah.
we're all just locked into this fucking brainwash, mind control shit, and that's kind of why my music, I feel like, somewhat separates itself from the rest of the pack. I don't really talk about material things. I don't glorify violence. I don't objectify women in my music. It's just not something that I want to do. And I found that it makes me feel better as a man and as an artist when I'm completely aware and responsible of the energy that I'm putting back into the universe. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And
Which-
your kids can enjoy it too.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, bro,
Yeah.
like, you can play my music around anybody, and it's not gonna be fucking too offensive. You know what I mean? It got a little something in there, though.
Did that mindset change for you? Because it sounds like, from what I understand, your previous music, when you had those records with like Gunna and Lil Baby, like maybe there was a hint of that, not violence, but like that culture.
It's really just me becoming more aware of who I am and what I want to do with myself and my art. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, and I'm not saying that wasn't me, because that's exactly who I was
yeah,
in
at the
that
time. Yeah.
time and at that moment. But I feel like as you progress in life, you should be able to evolve as a human and as an artist. You know what I mean? So
Facts.
that's kind of where I'm at right now.
Facts. Did having a kid change that?
Yeah. My first kid, I didn't get to raise her until she was like 4, you know?
Oh, wow.
So like I had to spend a lot of time visiting her like behind the glass, and like her coming to see me in like a fucking prison visiting room with
Wow.
murderers all around me. Like, that's how she grew up. And when I had this current child right now, like, I just wanted to like make sure that I was there, and that I was like more, that I was being a positive influence on the environment around me and just like the world in general. You know what I mean? Because like it was a whole different experience, really being able to like raise a child from the time they were born. You know what I mean? Because I have a 9-year-old right now. She has a 4.2.
Let's go.
She has a 4.2 like president's
GPA.
list for a GPA, all that.
That's fine.
And she's like an athlete. She's involved in everything. She's like amazing. But that's not because of me. That's because of her grandparents. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like I always want to be a positive example for her too. But I don't want the child that I just had to have to experience anything that she went through ever. So I make sure to like, you know what I'm saying, like to keep myself right and mentally and like spiritually, so I'm not ever in that type of position ever again. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, it's real talk, man, and I like the fact that you're not being a proponent for violence and all that stuff, because there's a lot of rap that has brought that
all
to
the
the
influence
forefront.
that rappers and all these people have, like that's cool that you're taking a more realistic, positive approach to it and really being aware of the impact you have.
Yeah, you
with
have
your voice. Yeah,
You have to. Speaking of violence, because I want to talk on it, just because us living in LA, like we get to see it unfortunately unfold every day, like people getting shot, murders, robberies.
Born and raised here.
Yeah, so you've seen it out of the most, right? Like I've only been here for about a decade, so you've seen it double the time. And I want to talk about, like I know this wasn't a murder, this was I think just a health thing, but Lil Keed, was that someone that you knew and that you worked with?
That was one of my closest friends.
Can we talk about that, like with Keed? Because I don't know the full story on what happened there.
Lil
Like
Keed.
Yeah, rest in peace, man. A legend, incredible music. What was your relationship like with Keed?
I met Keed.
Yeah.
Me and Feezy met Keed on our first tour ever, which was with Gunna.
Okay.
Actually.
Yeah.
And he was the opener, and we were the openers before him. And just from the first time we met, it was just like instant. It felt like it was a brother. Like instantly, we just hit it off in the back room, start rolling up together, fucking joking around. Like I was instantly like, oh damn, like he hella cool. And then he told me that he actually had met us at the video shoot that we did with Gunna. And if you look at the Gunna video, he was in there. I was just high as fuck that day. I was high as hell that day, but he was in that video. I think that was the time I met Cap G also.
Yeah.
I could have met Cap G before that once and then met him again. But Key was in the Gunna video, and like when I'm like, bro, it's so nice to meet you, bro. Like, oh yeah, you hella cool. Like we gonna be on tour together. He's like, I know you, motherfucker. Like, bro, what you mean? like I was in your video. You know what I'm saying? So like, like that point on, Key and his whole team, DJ Cyreal, who's his DJ, and actually like, he's one of my close homies too. His whole team, like instantly with us and them, like we were both just getting started. He had one song out that was hot. It was that she just want a little key, she don't know her own name. Nameless, you know what I mean?
Right.
So he had that. He had like that song out, but that was really his only hit at the time. So we were both like coming up at the same time. Like we had out that I Know with 2 Chainz.
Yeah.
So we were both like just starting out. We were the openers. We were with each other every night, smoking up.
That's crazy. Talking
shit, like, and that's how we got close. And after tour, you know, you usually kind of like fall out with everybody. You don't fall out, but you don't see everybody all the time.
Yeah,
like,
for
like,
sure.
The relationships don't really like last from tour like that usually for the most part, you know? Like you guys will talk for like a month and then y'all just like right back to your own lives as far as like most rappers, you know what I mean? But with him, like every time he was out here, like he would hit us like, hey, what up, hood? Come through with the whoop. Like we go over there. Every time we were in Atlanta, he would come pull up on us, ride around with us all night, go to the studio, go eat, go to his house. Like
Yeah.
it was that type of relationship. It wasn't no like rap relationship. It was a real.
It was
homie.
like a real homie. Yeah.
I'll tell you one thing though, like Key was, except for like Wiz and Taylor Gang and them, like he was the closest person to me in rap, and losing him just kind of it was a shock because I never expected that because he's somebody that was always out the way. He never talked shit to anybody. He never had anything like negative to say about anyone.
Yeah.
A bro was a light, you know what I mean? Like he
Yeah.
was a light. There's some people that just have like a light about them, and he
Yeah.
was one of those. Like he always like tried to like diffuse any type of bullshit instantly. He was always like the reasonable mind around everyone, and it just like it goes to show you like even when you're doing the right thing, like you never know. So you just got to keep
Yeah.
everybody that you're close to even closer. Call everybody every once in a while, like every week. Call your close homies just to tap
Check
in
in.
because you don't
Yeah.
never know, you know.
Yeah, that's real shit, man. We one of my homies, Mickey, who you might know Mickey. He's a gambler. Got the face tats. He was homies with Lil Keed.
I think so. I think I might know who he is. Yeah.
So Mickey was with Keed the day before he passed.
Oh, wow.
And I had a chance to sit down with Mickey, and he said the exact same thing. Positive, incredible
Genuine,
human,
bro.
Yeah. So man,
Shit.
but you're right. This the moral of the story is keep your people close, right? Like
Yeah,
like show
keep
them
your
love.
people close, bro, because
You never know. Might be
you
gone
never
tomorrow.
know,
Yeah.
bro. Because like
Yeah.
as I'm saying, like I'm always gonna like be there for his kid, for his family, because like as I'm saying, like he was more than just like a rap homie to me, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was a little deeper than that.
Yeah. I feel you.
That was my guy.
Yeah. No, for sure, man. Yeah. Rest
Just
in
the
peace.
whole like YSL as a whole, like they all good people, man. Like
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Like they all good people, man. It's just like a shame their whole situation right now, and that
Yeah.
I don't believe you should be able to use lyrics against anyone in a courtroom.
Absolutely. We talked about
Because in
this.
that case, you could use fucking Johnny Cash, like I killed a
Facts.
man in Reno. Like, come on, man. Like, what the fuck? Come on, man. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like it's directed towards black artists and minority artists, and if they held the same standard to a white artist, you'd have to prosecute everyone. You know what I mean? And I
Facts.
don't feel like it's necessarily fair to be able to use someone's art against them like whatsoever. That's like using a fucking Robert De Niro movie and be like, see, he's in the mafia. See, like,
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You can't do that, bro. That's not okay.
Nah, it makes no fucking sense.
Not okay
We talked about this on
whatsoever.
the podcast, and we both agree. Like you,
We
it's
did.
yeah.
You know, but they are moving away from that. You can't prosecute them based on like song lyrics anymore. It's
But
like you
there's-
gotta have more tangible. Like
There's
it's
some
still,
states
it's
where
still
you can though. There's
it's
some
still
states
happening, but
and the feds don't give a fuck about any
Yeah,
of that. What's
it's-
happening on any
yeah,
state level ever. They care
Right.
about what's happening at the fed level. And can't anything change until it changes at the
sure.
federal
top,
level,
sure.
you know? Because you can't, bro, if you can prosecute someone for crimes like for the things they've said in lyrics, you can prosecute somebody for anything. Then like it has to stop at a certain point.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You can't do that. That's not fair.
I agree.
No, for sure, 100%. Today was just because we're on the topic of significant individuals. Today was 4 years ago today. Mac Miller passed away.
Man, that was my boy too.
Really?
Yep.
Wow. So
I
you-
actually knew him before I knew Wiz and everybody.
wow.
I met him through my homie, Young Hawaii Slim.
Okay.
He just like hit me up one night. Hey man, we going to Mac Miller's house right now, bro. Let's go get drunk. I'm like, what? I'm like, come on, let's go. I thought he was just playing, bro. He really went up there. I'm like, oh, for sure.
Wow.
Like, he was just like a cool ass like individual too. Like, you know, what I mean?
Yeah.
I instantly got cool with him too, and I feel like Mac Miller still had like a lot to offer us. He was like transitioning into such a great artist. Like his transition as an artist was
shit.
amazing. It went from fucking like
Take over the world. Of the
rapping,
Donald
yeah,
Trump
like bro,
shit.
like you know what I mean. Like it went from those raps to being like a full blown R&B fucking
Yes.
alternative like
Yeah.
experimental artist, and he was playing the fucking piano himself and doing all like, bro, like that's what I want to do like one day. But obviously, I'm not that talented. But you know what I'm saying? Like that would be ideal to one day do some shit like that. But for right now, I just, you know, I try to make music as honestly and openly as I can. You know what I mean?
How big was Mariah for you? Because that's your biggest record today, I would say, right?
For sure.
How did that record come about? How significant has it been in your life?
That record, I feel like I started that. I just heard the beat because I always ask for like a guitar, synth beats. That's kind of like my thing. I either ask for like a guitar or synth. Like I have a certain like warmth that I like in my shit, you know?
Sure.
And my homie Quad pulled up this beat. We were waiting for Wiz to get there.
Yeah.
And my homie Quad like put up this beat, and I was like, "Oh my god!" And I was like, "Bro."
Just instant. It was
instantly.
Like,
I went in the booth and
crazy.
Recorded the first verse and the hook within like 20 minutes, and then I came out. Wiz was already there, and there was like 15 people in there when I came out, and I was like, "Oh shit!" And he heard it. He was like, "Hell yeah!" And he was like, "What the fuck you doing?" And I was like, "Bro, I'm finna get a drink." He's like, "Bro, take a shot and get your ass back up in the booth and finish the song." I'm like, "Bro, I don't want nobody to hop on." He's like, "No, this is your song." He's like, "This is your song. Go finish this song and knock it out." So bro sent me back up in the booth. I took my shot, kind of wobbled my way up in there, and I just did that last verse. And we came out, and he was like, he pointed at me and just handed.
So that's the one.
He gave me the dap and was like, "That's it, bro."
Wow. So you did it all in one session?
Probably like within an hour and 15 minutes, hour with like that and the hook and the first mix until it bounced, probably like an hour and 15 minutes.
And who is Mariah? Is that Mariah, the lady?
That's a made up name. Don't ask her that.
I'm sorry. That's your Cosby. Oh, that's your start shit.
That's a made up name, bro.
Oh, it's just
a made up name. Actually, when I was writing the song, I was thinking about like, I don't think I've ever even told nobody this before. When I was writing the song, I was thinking about like a dramatic ass woman. You know what I mean? Like you just like arguing with like a diva, and I was like, Mariah Carey. And I was like, Mariah Carey, and I kind of just like it rhymed like. I was like, I like that. And I just ran with it.
Wow.
I ran with it. I don't know anybody named Mariah, nothing close to it. So if you try to come for any of my money, the song is not about you. I do not know Mariah.
Wow.
Can we talk about the latest release?
Sage?
Yeah.
Yeah, Sage is fire.
It was fire, bro.
I love that song,
Body.
bro.
Yeah.
I love that song. That song was made at like 4 o'clock in the morning. Everybody else had already got done recorded. I was like hella sick. I was not feeling good. My throat was all messed up, and I was like, you know what, bro? This fucking beat is amazing. Quad again, which actually crazy.
Quad Woofer, right?
I've known Quad since we were in high school. I just didn't know it was him. We went to the same high school together.
Oh, wow.
I went to like 6 high schools, but I went to one high school with him too, though. Like, so he even told me, and he's like, bro, like you don't remember me? I'm like, oh, what the fuck?
And then it clicked.
And I checked my DM, and Quad has been trying to send me beats for like 4 years. And I'm like, bro, what the fuck am I doing? Like sleeping on this fucking genius right here, this motherfucking mad scientist.
Yeah.
He looks like a mad scientist too. He had like a flat top, like this high. He just like gets behind the, you know what I'm saying? Like he's a fucking fool, bro. Like I really known him since I was in high school. He even told me like, bro, you were a fucking asshole back then. I was like, I know, bro. I'm sorry. Like, you know what I mean? I was a straight dick in high school, but he turned on this beat and. She's about to spit up, bro. Holy shit, hold on. Oh! Can we get a zoom in on that, bro?
Zoom in on the knee.
Bro.
Zoom in on the fucking knee right now. This is what it's like to be a father, ladies and gentlemen. Do not have children. I repeat, do not have children.
Whoa, dude, that's gnarly.
What'd you feed her?
Dog food, my boy.
Dude, that
bro, I don't look like no dog food.
yeah, dog food.
It's like, what do we do? Do we just leave it on my leg? Do we fucking? Let's keep the podcast moving, bro. It's fine.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, we just go. I'm gonna just ignore that on your leg right now. Put all that fucking yak on your leg. I'll just ignore it, bro.
Can we get that feedback?
But that song was like that song was
Yeah.
kind of like happened out of nowhere, bro. It wasn't even supposed to happen. I was like hella sick. I should not have been recording like whatsoever. You know what I mean?
What?
And I just happened to like hop on. I got this little melody in my head, and I was like, and I just fucking
Just came out.
got that shit out word for word. I had to. Usually I record like a couple bars at a time. Now I was doing that shit like one bar, getting my breath, doing one more bar like that. You know what I mean?
Wow.
Like that was a tough one, but I'm super happy it
Yeah, it
turned
came
out
out
the way it
fire.
Yeah.
did. I feel like that's like my most like alternative rock mixed with like R&B type song. It's kind of like it kind of like reminds me of like old Weekend mixed with like Nirvana or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's kind of like right in that little pocket, which is like where I really like to stay.
Yeah.
For the most part. That's kind of my team.
Oh, thank you so much.
Oh,
Dude, we keep the baby wipes in the car
Smart.
dude, that's smart.
for the baby. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
That's crazy.
Wow.
Keep those on deck, my boy.
Yeah, I need to start. I'm gonna go buy these after the podcast.
Yeah, dude. No, you can keep that. Don't worry, bro. We got plenty, bro. You got that.
Crazy, bro. Damn, bro. So what's your process when you're in the studio? It sounds like you go in there, you probably like hum a melody, and then you spit the bars. Or
I kind of just like is as soon as I hear a beat that I like, I go in there and immediately start experimenting with my vocal tone, like, you know what I mean, my pitch, like, and then from there I usually just like make the melody and the words at the same time. You know what I mean?
Got you.
It usually takes me about anywhere from half an hour, I would say, at the least, to maybe like an hour and a half for a song.
Wow,
And
that's crazy.
some of the best songs are half an hour, and then I'll do an hour and a half on some songs, and you won't ever hear them. I'm like, oh, I hated that. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, that's
Yeah,
just how
yeah.
it works, bro.
Yeah. There must be times though where you get the block, right? Like the creative blocks, like, or you just it's
Rarely,
always-
yeah. I would say like maybe like 1 out of every 10 times or 9 times I'm in the studio, just because I'm so like, sometimes I'll just be like super exhausted from having my kids for like 2 days in a row, not getting
Yeah.
really any sleep. Then I'll try to like go box with the homies and shit,
Yeah,
and then go do whatever, and go to like a card shop after and go fucking and negotiate some fucking Kobe Bryant auto deal, you know what I mean? And then after that, I'm fucking, you know what I mean? Like after that, I might try to record and just be like,
Yeah.
But in that case, then my girl just records because she's hella good at music too. So
Oh hell yeah.
Oh, nice.
she'll
Let's
use
go.
the studio time instead. Yeah,
That's
that's gonna be my first artist I sign, is my girl, because she's
Wow.
hella sick, bro.
Can we talk about that, bro? Because I know a lot of like successful, and not just financially or in business, but successfully mentally, they have the morals and values. Like, how significant is having I assume it's a relationship.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, how significant has that been for you?
That's hugely significant because, like, as I'm saying, bro, like, I have a super hectic schedule and stuff.
Yeah, that.
And, like, it's just nice having someone that, like, understands that, and they're supportive of everything. If I ask her, like, hey, I need help with this, like, bro, she's, like, uploaded all of my videos on
Oh, wow.
YouTube and all that while I'm, like, at work or doing whatever, like, you know what I'm saying?
That's
Like,
crazy.
in the gym or in the studio, like, she's, like, doing shit for me, too. So it's kind of like, it kind of helps. It's like having, like, a little, like, a manager, too, like, a little bit, you know what I mean?
Wow.
It helps you out. As long as you have that, like, symbiotic relationship. There's a lot of people that are, like, with someone that doesn't really support their career, or, like, someone that doesn't understand, like, the needs that go into this shit. Because as you guys know, bro, it's a super, like, demanding career. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like, super last minute. There's always some crazy shit, like, out of nowhere. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's a lot to deal with, bro.
Yeah, you can't do it. You can't do it on your own.
Yeah, it's tough.
Yeah.
And plus,
Tough.
I don't have really, like, a lot of distractions. Like, it's really just, like, music, like
I noticed that about you.
like
you're pretty.
investing.
Yeah,
Like, if
you're
you see
pretty
my
laser
Instagram, like,
focused, yeah.
if you see my Instagram, it's like the same thing every day. Like, it's like
cards,
It's
music.
diligence, right?
nice restaurants. You know what I
yeah,
mean? Like,
it's very,
like the same thing. It's not too, like,
Focused.
crazy. Like,
I think that's good though. Keeps
I
you-
enjoy a
keeps your
nice
mind on-
day at Whole Foods. You know what I mean? But
Facts.
I'm a Whole Foods kind of guy, bro. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know.
That's
I'm kind of
cool.
simple, bro. I don't really try to act cool or nothing or put on no fucking image or I don't even wear like a jewelry no more. And I did when I was in OSB, you know what I mean? Like, I mean, when we were putting out OSB for the first part of it, like I was wearing fucking chains and Rolexes and I had like 50K on my body and like 2,000 on my bank account at that time, like when I first came home from jail. So it's like once you kind of like
You grow up.
you got to grow out of the
Yeah.
ignorance of always trying to prove yourself to other people or like portray a certain image or keep up with this and that. And bro, I don't give a fuck about that shit no more. Like, bro, I don't care, bro. Like, I don't care about trying to look like I'm worth $1 million or even if I am, you know what I mean? Like, I don't care about that shit no more. I'm not trying to prove nothing to nobody. I'm just trying to make the best fucking music I possibly can and be as true to myself as I can. That's really like the end goal for me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Sheesh. Well said, bro.
That
That's
was well said.
Yeah. I think personally, I fell into that when I moved here a couple years ago. Like,
Yeah.
Look
I mean,
at
it's
this guy
easy
with
to,
the
bro.
iced out
Bro,
wrist.
the time-
He deserves it. He deserves it,
I
bro.
know
He
he works
deserves
hard.
it.
He's
Though.
a he's a hard-working
No,
guy
I
over
teach
here.
their own, bro. He deserves it, but
Yeah.
but for me, it's also like the security aspect of it. Like,
You got
I'm
family.
alone in LA all by myself all the time, or with like
got
my girl or like
dependents,
my
too.
kids. I don't want no smoke, bro. Like, I'm not no bitch by any means, bro. Like, I'll defend myself.
You're talking about that shit.
But
yeah.
the whole thing is like, is it really worth wearing $100,000 watch around someone
get
that
killed,
doesn't
yeah.
have $100 to their whole name? Are they willing to take that chance right now?
it's worth
Fuck
it.
yeah.
Bro, if you rob me, what you gonna get? An iPhone? I'ma track your ass, bro. What you mean? Like, bro, we finna be over there. You mean like we finna be at your house? Like, what you mean? I'm finna let you take it. Like, all right, bet. I'm finna be there with the homies. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just look like this. You know what I mean? Like, but dude, at the end of the day, it's like to me, like I don't even carry around cash, bro. Like me, I got all my cash on my card. I might have like $100, $200 on. You not finna see me pull out no big bankroll like these other. Why? I got a bank account right here, bro. Like, I'm good. I got cards. I got multiple accounts, multiple cards. There's no reason to have pocket stuff. Why?
Especially
Look
here.
at me, bro. I'm not into the look at me. Like, bro, if you're doing the right thing, people gonna do all your flexing for you.
Yeah.
You don't have to, like, bro, like to me, it's a fucking flex when I post my music and 300 people reposted and fucking
Fuck yeah.
T.I. posted and fucking Wiz posted and a Chevy posted and everybody's posting my shit. That's my flex. I'm like, look, bro, like, people really fuck with my music. I don't care if people care if they watch more expensive than mine, if they shoes cost more than mine. All right, good, bro, great. You know what I mean? Like, I don't give a fuck, dude. Like at the end of the day, it's just like I don't know, bro. I don't know. I think like something happened to me when I started
Just
taking DMT and shit. I was like, you know what?
I was
just
I
let
was
all
gonna
my
ask you.
worldly possessions. I'm like, "Bang! Fuck you. I'm living in space with the fucking aliens. Fuck you guys. You know what I mean? Like,
Did you have? I was literally gonna ask you about like shrooms or like ayahuasca.
oh fuck yeah!
Have
I love
you
this
had
shit.
like a?
Let's get real Joe Rogan-y right now. Let's go. Let's get real Rogan-y.
Did you have the ego killer moment?
Yeah, dude.
What was it? Can we talk about that? What was that
death.
like?
Oh
Ego
yeah.
death.
I was on tour with Gunna.
Yeah.
And we were in like Colorado or something. And I have a homie that's in the NFL. I got a lot of homies in the league, but I got like one homie that's like a super hippie, like insane. So he was out of the league at this time. He was like recovering, and he was like, he had some like a business partner that wanted to do like Airbnbs you can like smoke weed in like Denver, but it was like an app for like weed smokers Airbnb, so you could always have an Airbnb that's like weed friendly. There's like ashtrays everywhere and like, you know what I mean, like all that type of shit. There's like weed and like a little like vending machine in the closet you can get.
Facts.
So it's like a weed smokers Airbnb. Anyway,
Yeah.
it's not too great of an idea, but
You don't like it? We should start that.
let's do it then.
I like that shit.
I think we should do
Dude,
it, but we should
Can of
turn it into,
Cribs.
we should take it to the next level. Like that's kind of like basic, you know what I mean? You gotta take it to like the next level, like weed smokers Airbnb, but like, you know what I'm saying? It
Which is
comes
like
with
a
like the
meth?
joints already rolled, like you get a certain amount of like
like
that's
that.
way even more sick. You can charge like fucking
Facts.
$500 a night, you know what I mean?
It's a good idea.
So anyway,
I think I don't know, man. I don't know if that will fly. I think you gotta do it under the radar. Yeah.
So anyway, this dude calls me over this dude's house, and we're like talking about these Airbnbs and like having like some type of business partnership and using us OSBS as like the face. You know what I'm saying? And me and Fee's like, yeah, whatever. Like, what's up with the weed? Like, you got some good shit? He's like, yeah, I got some weed and I got this. And he pulls out like this white substance. I'm like, I don't do coke, nigga. Like, you straight. Like, I don't want that shit, bro. Like, I don't fuck around no more. You feel me? And he's like, nah, this is DMT. And I'm like, what? And he's like, yeah, this is what happens when you dream and when you die. And I'm like, oh, hell no, then. I'm straight. You feel me? Like, nah. He's like, nah, it's not like that. Like, check it out. And then like my cousin was there, and my cousin's like way more hippie-ish than me and Feezy. So he's like, man, give me that shit. So we end up trying it like the next day.
Oh wow.
And dude, like, I just fucking like instantly went to like another dimension, bro. Like the room turned into like space, bro. And there was fucking like aliens popping out from behind the stars. Like, see? Like, we told you, but they weren't like threatening in any way whatsoever. They were more just like, oh, like, you can see us? Oh shit. Like, you're not supposed to be looking at us. Like, you're in the wrong dimension. You know what I mean?
Oh, shit.
And like, I don't know, like some shit happened after that where I got more like experimental, started doing like shrooms and shit.
Yeah.
At that point, I had already been like clean off like Xanax and like but cough syrup for probably like 4 or 5 years at that point. So that shit was like wearing off. It was like finally out of my system, you know what I mean? So my mind was like returning back to its like normal state. And I think just like taking a little bit of like psychedelics kind of like unlocked my mind and kind of made me more in touch with like myself, you know what I mean? And more aware of myself, and maybe made me stop putting off such like a destructive ego type of energy, you know what I mean? And
that's crazy.
Damn. That's cool.
Have you done shrooms? Has shrooms been a part of
yeah, I do that all the time. Like I used to like microdose like a lot. I don't do it as much anymore. I haven't even did it for like a couple months, because last time I did, like I was actually at like Wiz's house, and we had did like a little bit of shrooms, but he has this like a brand that he's doing right now. I forgot what it is. I think they're called like Tops or like something. I'm not sure what it is, but he's doing some type of like weed brand, like a mushroom brand right now. So we were like trying them out, and I took too many, and I knew I took too many because like I just didn't want to be next to anybody, and I was like on the floor, like a little like bean bag in the corner like this, and like after a while, like I finally sobered up, and I was like, all right, I'm about to go home. He's like, nah, bro. He's like, just spend the night, bro. You straight, like just spend the night, bro. Just crash here.
Yeah.
And I'm like, nah, bro. I'm good. Watch this. I'm straight, bro. I'm straight. Like I'm completely fine. And like as soon as I got in my car and like got on the freeway, like the lights were so fucking bright. Like, you know the little lights on the freeway, it looked like angel halos. I was like flying into them. And so I was like, all right, I do not need to be on the freeway. So I put off the freeway and I got my skateboard out of my trunk, and it was like 40 degrees outside. I was just like skating around like in the wind, dude. I was on Instagram, like my close friends, like, yeah, I'm shroomed out, skating around a random neighborhood right now, but I'm good, dog. Like, if anyone's looking for me, it's where I am. All my homies are responding like, bro, like, you all right? Nah, I haven't did shrooms since then, but I went like too deep down the rabbit hole that time, and I thought I could still drive, and obviously, don't drive on shrooms. Shrooms are great, not to drive on. Have somebody else drive you on shrooms, or you end up in a random neighborhood skateboard. I was skating so fast too. Like, if you see the videos, I was like, whoosh, I was going like at least like a good like 20 miles per hour, bro.
That's funny as hell.
That's fucking.
You should try DMT. You would like it because people don't fucking freak. Don't.
You don't freak out.
Yeah, don't freak out. Shrooms. Really?
It's not a high.
My barber said,
listen, bro,
you could be shitting yourself and throwing up at the same
He's
time.
a fucking idiot. He doesn't know anything. You can tell your barber he's a fucking idiot. He don't know shit, bro. DMT is the most in control of myself I've ever done after doing any type of like
Really?
substance. You are completely aware of what's happening.
I wouldn't say that for me, but
I
I was
was-
not
I was-
scared. I was just like,
I was
oh,
completely
fuck.
aware of
Looking at
what's
you.
happening, and I'm like, oh, I just hit some DMT, and I'm tripping, and I'm seeing
Yeah,
things.
yeah, I was
and I
there.
knew this, and I wasn't high. Like, you're not high, you're completely conscious, but you know you're tripping.
Dude, I was
like,
flying
you're
through
aware
another
that you're
dimension.
tripping.
Does it bring out your anxiety if you
No
have
anxiety.
No
No
anxiety.
anxiety. Yeah, you
Okay,
would
I'm
like
down.
it.
No
And
anxiety
it's quick, too.
whatsoever. It's like
quick.
2-3 minutes.
Yeah, it's quick. You're not gonna
Oh,
freak
it's like
out.
it's like that.
Yeah,
It's
but
easy.
it's like intense.
Okay,
like,
have you ever had
Poppers.
salvia before?
fuck
No.
that shit.
This 20 times worse than salvia, and salvia is legal, and
Yeah, you can buy it
they
at the
sell it
smoke
in
shop.
stores, bro.
Yeah.
Salvia makes you
I used to do it in
fucking
high
scared.
school just to,
Salvia
like-
makes you, dude, my
We used to do
homies-
that to all of our homies in high school just to watch them freak out. We're like, watch this.
My homie took salvia when we were in high school, young, and he thought everyone was trying to fight him, so he started fighting everyone else.
Yeah, that's how it goes.
It's fucking bad. That's a
That's how it
bad
goes, dude.
feeling.
That's
That's
how
a
it
bad
goes.
feeling. Like, yeah, so fuck that shit. But you might be down.
Well,
for
last time I did shrooms, I ended up in the fucking ER.
that. Ugh.
Oh yeah,
this
you
fool.
shouldn't fuck. There's some people that should not fuck with like
Yeah.
psychedelics at all.
Yeah.
Yeah, some people just not for everybody whatsoever.
Right. I guess it just depends on.
Even for me, it's not for me right now. In like 6 months, I might be at a time in my life where I
Yeah.
feel like I need that micro dosing again. But for right now in my life, it's not for me.
I like that. I like that. I think people that can like look at their life objectively and be like, oh, I'm in a good headspace. I can do it right
Yeah,
now.
like
Let's
right
go.
now I'm fine. But if
Yeah.
I was feeling like maybe a little bit
Anxiety or whatever.
anxiety or like
Yeah, probably not the best time.
like depression or something, then I would do shrooms. You know what I mean?
Got you.
Yeah.
Interesting.
For
Well, I know we got to wrap in a second, but I wanted to ask you, Six. Well, what's next for you? Like, not only career, but as a father. Like, what are you looking forward to right now?
I just love fucking being there to raise my baby. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
actually seeing her like learn how to walk and talk and develop into her own human being is like the most rewarding thing for me. Because I didn't have that before with my first child, and also as far as like career wise, I got a lot of big artists that are about to drop songs with me. So and I only have out like 3 songs right now.
Yeah.
So it's at the point where like other artists are gonna drop songs with me. So I'm kind of like waiting for that. And then after that, I'm gonna be dropping my first project around Halloween.
Oh shit,
October
it's coming up
31st.
then. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's real soon.
Trying to do it on October 31st.
That's
Wow.
fire.
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
Zombie.
That's pretty dope. So be on the lookout for that, huh?
Yeah.
All the Halloween vibes, bro. All the zombies are gonna be out for that shit.
Love
man.
that. Yeah, love
Sick,
that.
bro.
Hell yeah.
Cool,
Hell
cool.
yeah.
My
Where can the people find you? Plug yourself in real quick.
Call me 6 a.m. at IG. Call me number 6 a.m.
Have you tried to get at 6 a.m. yet?
Yeah, but it's like some fucking like random ass
I just
fucking
got
like
scammed out
bottle of
7
like
racks.
Hennessy.
Yeah, it's so broke.
It's like a random ass like a bottle of like
6
Hennessy or
a.m.
something.
Damn.
But no one's using the account, so you might.
That's what I'm saying. I already tried that. And they're like,
tried
yeah.
it?
I think you can do like the whole trademark it and then go like.
Yeah, but
Try
it
to
takes a
get it?
year. It takes a
yeah,
year.
gonna take some
I
time.
got time.
Yeah, but
You
I
could
think
file
you
it
can.
now.
Got time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there might be a way to get that.
Those
but-
fucking cunts, bro. Look at they got my goddamn name. Probably some fucking asshole in fucking
Kentucky.
Ireland or something, bro. Fucking 6 a.m. You just got this fucking name. You just fucking use that as like a burner account to like fucking
Straight up.
fat chick pic so his wife doesn't see it. Fucking asshole, dude.
What a piece of shit.
I just like made up his whole life story already.
You're probably right though. That's probably.
It's pretty accurate. Checks out.
My man, 6 a.m. If you don't follow him already, make sure you do so. Follow the co-host. Can't. I got a flight to Boston in 2 hours, so I'm like, what the fuck? I'm definitely gonna miss my flight. Where can they find you, my boy?
Christian Yee _ That's it.
Follow Winter the Pomsky, new YouTube channel launched yesterday. We tried McDonald's Happy Meal for the first time. She's an incredible puppy. She threw up on my leg. I'm gonna take a shower after this. Make sure you guys subscribe for the podcast. And this was episode 53. If you haven't checked out the Clinton Sparks episode, go check that out as well. And we got Mike Malak coming on next week.
Let's go.
Big episode, so stay tuned for that. October 31st, album dropping.
Yes, sir.
And go stream Sage.
Yes,
Go stream
sir.
Sage.
And Mariah, run it up.
Run that shit up. Divij is down. We out. Bye. That was good.